Welcome to another insightful episode of Jumpstart. I'm your host, Nontobeko Gumete. Now, the spotlight this week is on Bongi Mbuka, who is a teacher by profession and also the founder of Happy Fit and Maziti. Fitness and tea under 3,000 Rand, maybe a bit questionable, but let's go find out the hustle and the math behind this type of business.
My name is Bongi Mbuka. I am from Mount Frey originally, in the Eastern Cape. For a living, I work for an education institution, the 9 to 5, but I also do my own stuff, which has to do with fitness, selling herbal teas and remedies just to help people healthy and probably happy fit. How I started is that one day I woke up and I was told that I was depressed. I could feel that I wasn't living my truth, the whole of me. I was doing a lot of things, but they were not sitting well with me. Looking at the mirror, I couldn't really realize and probably recognize the person who's there. Sometimes you do a lot of things as people, and then we go to sleep and be like, but what did we do? We're so tired because we give our time mostly to other people, and we find that we are so drained, we don't feel fulfilled, our hearts are not in the right space. So I went to a holiday mental hospital for some time. Then when I came back, I decided that this is the time where I need to do me more than I can do for other people. I decided that I am going to look for ways on how I can actually get off the antidepressant. Exercising was part of it, and obviously I had to search what other teas, are there any herbal things that I can use, put it, brew water and then drink that, what can I use? I used to have people that I was training with at Union Buildings. I would train there on a Saturday, and I had this other group already online then that I was using. So already they were giving me some money to actually see what I can do. The only thing that I needed when I was starting the fitness, it's me knowing how to make people sweat. Knowing the form and everything, that already I knew because I used it, I was doing that. So one thing that I had to buy that I know I invested in when I was about to start a boot camp, I remember this because I had to go to a shopping mall, and I don't like going to shopping malls, but I had to go and buy a speaker. That's the only thing really. Then I asked a friend to help me, with some music. I think it was 1,000 rands, that speaker. So that's it. Regarding the teas, I source them from people who are already selling or either growing. For me to start, I needed to buy different brands, but it varies as well as to which one I'm buying. There are some herbs that are more expensive than the others. So I spent about 2.1 buying, and then I had to do the issue of kind of branding and packaging of that. It was about 600 rands. And then the online shop. So I found that there is a shop where you are given a space online, and then you can design it yourself. So the shop that you see, the Maziti shop, I then brought it in, and then I was the one who was creatively trying to do it. I believe that I did a good job in doing it because that's the one that's there right now. I did that, so it's about 220 a month that you rent. The challenges that I'm currently facing, or probably that I've faced, is that one, people are not, they need to know you and trust you for them to be able to buy from you. You really need to do a lot in terms of probably marketing or asking somebody who is well known, has got a following to help you out on that. The second challenge is that people, when it comes to herbal stuff, people are not trusting easily to buy from you, especially when you sell things that are not processed. They are just, herbs and leaves and whatever, or roots. They want also to know you. They also, probably it's people whom they grew up in the families where they were using such things, because for a long time we're told that these things probably they are not as good, they are demonic at some point. Some of the families. And now when people have to come back and use these things, you really need to put more education as to why is it okay, and without saying the other one is not good, without saying probably the drugs are not as good, but you also need to show. So there's a lot of education that is needed there. I think the other challenge personally for me is that when you're starting, you are the jack of all trade in your business. So you find that some of the things they kind of like get to lack. Consistency is one of the things where you need to make sure that each and every day, you know that this day is for this day is for this. Otherwise, if you do things as they come, you end up not doing the important things or the priority or whatever on your list. Those challenges are so beautiful, because then they are helping you to say, when you see somebody who has made it, who has made it already up there, you're like, okay, I know what they've gone through, so it gives you that thing that you can also be able to, and you can probably learn from other people as well. As you let people learn about what you do, you are also learning, because when we show our work and we tell people about what we do, we also learn. Look, if I was never going to be able to do any squats myself, probably I was going to just say, I know how to do this myself. But when it came the time that I was supposed to do it with other people, obviously that thing said, do you even know? What is it that you do? I'm like, hey, I taught my thighs doing this, so other people need it as well. For goodness sake, I know better than these people who are coming to me. The reason why people, they ask you about things, the reason why people, they come to you and say, hey, this, because they know that you have something that they don't have. So at that point in time, you are the teacher. People, they think that they need so much money to start a business. It's not the truth. I told you already that for my fitness, the only thing that I needed, it was music. Because probably I just love music as well. And probably the people who were going and coming into my bootcamp, they didn't really care whether there was music or not. So we always think so much about the nitty-gritties of everything that we want to start, and we spend so much time, and then we don't jump, because you're like, oh, let's just keep on checking. Let's bring the ruler and just measure out how far are we. Do we have a nice website? Do we have this? When you have something that you know that the market needs and you want to fill a certain gap, go for that. And as you let people learn about what you do, you are also learning.
First things first, or maybe the only item that you may need, is a speaker to keep your clientele entertained while keeping fit. As an extra, you can get yourself a gym mattress and a dumbbell set. Who knew that all it takes is a bit of skill set and a speaker for ambiance? It's amazing that Bongi opened up, just a plethora of ideas on how you can create and generate capital from one business venture that can help with growth, birthing new ideas and product developments for something different that will help generate even more profits in the future. So, how are you thinking of expanding your business idea right now as a startup? Are you thinking of expansion through partnership or product developments like Ubongi? Here's a food for thought. But until then, next time, that's it from me. Nontobego, goodbye.